I think we are good. Yes, this is recording. This is recording. We're all recording. Hello,
Gustavo,
Natalia,
in person.
in person. Here we
It
are.
feels like lots of lifetimes we've been co-creating things. Do you believe in past lives?
I do, yes. Past lives are a really useful belief for me.
You go back there and you remember.
I mean, yes, I have had this remember about a past life, or you can call it an hallucination about a remember, about a memory about that. Um, yeah, I just have one very specific. I'm not going to go there.
Okay. Understand.
But yes, for me it's useful because it brings me some complete sense of fairness to the universe somehow, and that's a belief that brings me peace.
Yeah, I see. Do you believe that people have met each other in the past lives and now we're meeting each other again?
Yeah, very likely. I mean, this is related to what I have seen. Maybe we didn't have the opportunity to complete whatever kind of mission we had in a past life, and just this universal cycles are bringing us the opportunity to meet, to make us meet again and give us again that opportunity, and then it will be up to us if we complete our mission or not.
Right. Some of my deepest friends are coming from the country you're coming from. Do you mind sharing where you're coming from originally?
Originally, I come from Venezuela, but that was a long of time ago.
I see.
I left that country almost, I'm not there yet, but almost 18 years
Yes.
ago.
Yes, same with me and my country.
Oh, look at you. We're getting our what do you call that in English? La mayoría de edad. We're getting,
Anniversary?
yeah, age university, whatever.
Yes. So why did you leave your country?
Because of the weather.
Okay, you're really tired
Yeah,
of it.
it was too
hot.
tropical. It was too.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, that's of course a joke. Venezuela has the best weather ever in the world. I left my country because I got a scholarship to finish my university in Italy.
Okay.
So I just went to Italy to pursue this opportunity. The real question is why I didn't go back to my country. And that's because it was a chaos. It was a complete social, economical, political chaos. It's a place full of violence, full of paranoia, full of real dangers on the street and criminality, and a lot of people eating others people's heads, and a lot of manipulations around, and people fighting each other out of reasons that are not present nor real for them, but somehow this media manipulation is bringing that shit to people, and I didn't like that. So I just prefer to stay in Europe and to pursue a different kind of life here, which brought me somehow here to have this conversation
Yes.
with you.
Okay, we are in Portugal now. Why did you choose Portugal to visit? How do you navigate in the world? What are you guided by?
Ooh, I'm guided by my heart, but this is Gustavo in the last year or 2 where I finally understood how to feel my heart, how to listen to it, and how to interpret and understand
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
I got in Portugal out of burnout that I had in my crypto world jobs. I had what I call a real value crisis back then.
Oh wow, I see.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now I see what it is.
So I was just aiming to understand what regeneration means. I was in crypto; those were the times in which regenerative finance came to light. So I was like, okay, this seems to be something good, something interesting. I really want to understand what regeneration means.
Yes.
So my goal was just to go to in real life communities that were working on land regenerations, on permacultural projects, to understand what that means. So I left back my crypto Web3 works and just went to community to do woofing, to do volunteering, to put my hands in the dirt, to feel the earth in my mind, to feel the also interpersonal, real flesh and meat
Yes.
people, and trying to feel their emotions directly instead of constantly on a screen.
I see.
And that was a good ride, a ride that I'm still enjoying very much. So yes, I've been here in Portugal for the last 2 years now.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. And mostly directing yourself between different communities, between different homes, correct?
Yes, yes. In this time, I haven't had a specific residence where to be that haven't been longer than 3 or 4 months.
Yes.
So I've been
Same.
in Lisbon with friends. I've been in Alentejo, some communities. I was also near Porto visiting some of the projects. Then back to Alentejo, and just navigating around whenever I feel it's useful to bring myself into it,
Right.
either for myself or either for the communities where I am arriving. I just go there.
What did you study in Italy? What kind of scholarship was it?
So in Venezuela, I was doing electrical engineering. Yes, I got an electricity engineer degree in Venezuela, and the scholarship was to do the Master of Science in Telecommunications
Oh,
Engineering.
really? Yeah.
And telecommunications was a really interesting topic for me to pursue, especially to not only for after what I work. I had a corporative life for almost 8 years.
Got it.
But telecommunications, studying the science behind that, allows me also to understand very deeply how humankind communicates, what is the responsibility of the transmitter, what is the responsibility of the receiver, how limited the channel between us or the methodology of communication right now is English can be. I mean, if you're making here an interview and I would like to tell you so many things, but the bandwidth is really limited to the time that we have,
Right.
to how fast I managed to bring the English. English is not my first language, so it's
The movement of the sun.
the movement of the sun. Yeah. How many sounds, how many energies this body and soul have received.
Spirituality, blockchain. What do these two have in common?
Oh, evolution of humankind.
Yeah.
Blockchain is nothing without the spirituality. I mean, it's not that it's nothing. Blockchain can be a really empowering tool for just perpetuating the old system and the old culture even more, and to bring capitalisms and speculations in a very more dangerous and unequitable way.
All right.
But when we bring a spirituality, when we bring that sense of connections to the whole, I don't want to say only the whole humanity, but every single alive being in this planet, we start to care more for diversity, for authenticity, for inclusivity, for aggregating all those different values that each one of us has into a single pool where we can aggregate resources, common pool resources, common roles for distributing the more equitable way those resources. We need a lot of empathy, a lot of understanding, a lot of listening, in order to establish those rules that will be better for us all. Because what blockchain basically gives us is new digital jurisdictions where we can take new self-enforceable agreements. okay, in the long,
Contract.
in a few hundred years from here, we will need traditional nation states
Yeah.
because blockchains are already providing that framework, those foundations in which we can do what nation states are doing. Besides the monopoly of violence and protecting and giving physical security to people, that's of course something on chain, but it's probably a too complex topic to talk about it today.
Mm-hmm. You said a few hundred years. I have a vision of a few years. So where do we
That's
meet?
how it started. I don't know. I really hope it could be in a few years from now, but I mean, humankind is a tough species. You know, like we are really resistant to change.
Yes, big changes. Yes.
And I'm seeing a lot of individuals, a lot of communities that are aggregating, that are finally gathering together in this new alternative lifestyle wheel, let's say. But we are a niche between be inside a niche that is probably inside another niche.
Yeah, yeah.
We really need
Yeah.
this thing to spark it over is a long process. So I don't know. To be honest, I don't care how long
How fast,
humanity
how long.
will take. I'm doing my best to create that reality for me now,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm doing it.
Yes.
I'm doing it. I'm living in my
Yeah.
communities. And really allowing myself to belong to some places in which I can be authentically, freely, and really respectful of my own self, even if I'm a really weird character. I find acceptance in these communities where people are living together, and yeah, I'm just doing right now my best in my best capabilities and skills and effort to bring this movement forward, to make it grow in a way that I could be also feel more secure and with more resources and with more people and with more collaboration around, because of course the bigger are these networks, the more sustainable and regenerative themselves there will be. So this pursuit of creating a new type of abundance and collective wealth will be more easily achievable the more big the networks are. But so far, I just need to welcome and accept what is there, and yeah, be happy with that, which I am.
When you're sad, though, or when you're feeling that whatever you're doing is not really bringing results, how do you motivate yourself? Generally, how do you motivate yourself when you wake up?
I don't believe my own thoughts.
Really cool.
I mean, I can
Yeah.
think every kind of I can have every kind of thoughts that I'm a failure, I can't do this,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm afraid that this, and those thoughts are very repeatable and very present and are there. And when I say I don't believe that, I neither believe that yes, I'm going to success, I'm
Right.
going to do it well, this is going to. It's not that I don't believe, because of course I want to put some energy, because that's where I want to. That's where my heart wants to. So when those positive thoughts arrive, I look for some connection between my body, my heart, and the thoughts, and like yes, this is the way. And I also do that also for my meditations, just to reprogram my subconscious to help me actually achieve what I want,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want to put expectations in that, because if I put so too many expectations, then I'm going to delude myself if that's not arriving, because maybe that was not the right thing to me to arrive. Maybe didn't understand back then what was the best thing for me, and I believed that was the thing, but maybe the universe had something better prepared for me, right? So when I have no expectations of any outcome, the more gifts I receive, because the more open I am to whatever it comes.
Right.
And But yeah, when they have those intrusive thoughts and stuff, just let it go.
Yeah, yeah, just let them pass by. That's what meditation is about, huh?
And many times they even teach you something
Mhm.
because they may be there just to see what are those flaws that we still need to correct. Where are those aspects of our personalities that are dysfunctioning, that are actually creating more noise and friction rather than connection and collaboration. So it's basically a matter to not identify myself with any thoughts. It's just my personal trick that I'm super kind to share.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
exciting. It's what everyone I think has to
I mean, it's not
practice.
personal. There are a lot of old theories that have been teaching this for millennia, and just being also connecting to these ancient traditions and trying to apply them to the both the modern day life and the life that I actually want to pursue.
How did you combine that spiritual side of you and the technological, Web3 rise, the rise of decentralized technology, and you still being conscious, burning yourself out in that world?
Allowing myself to be a weirdo.
Mm.
I mean, I'm a fucking weird. I have founded like a religion last year, a
Nice.
religion now.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was
yeah.
the
That's
most
true. It's
fucking
true.
weird thing anyone could do in Web3, and that was a that was a huge challenge. That for me was a huge challenge. If you go to the YouTube channel Religio DAO, I'm making a fool of myself.
Oh, really?
I'm making a fool of myself, and I love that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
So it's from one side it's actually don't give a fuck about what people could think or do as long as I'm fully grounded in myself. I'm loyal to my belief, to my ideals, to my heart, and to the love that I have for myself and for my whole planet.
Yeah.
I mean, just do whatever it feels right, even in the presence of fear. So last year I did this religion DAO that was basically a very ungrounded kind of experiment. I wanted to validate many things, and I actually got a lot of learnings.
Okay.
But long story short, yeah, there were people that were supporting me, like, yeah,
Yes.
Gustavo, go for it,
They
go
were
for
getting
it.
it.
I
They
was
were
like, yeah,
understanding
thank
it.
you. They were understanding it, they
Yeah.
were pushing me, like, yes, Gustavo, do
Super.
it. But it was a DAO. And in DAO, I really believe that we need leaderful organizations.
Beautiful. Well said.
At that time, yes, I had a community maybe 15, 20 people, but I was the only one leading, moving forward, pushing for stuff
Being the
and
guru, huh?
stuff. And especially in spiritual practices, like having one single guy on top, no,
No.
dude, don't do that, don't do that. So I left those initiative behind, and I
see.
started in 2024 with Coherence.
Right. So what is coherence?
Coherence is the outcome of my governance experience in Web3 and my human experience in community, in intentional communities, in regenerations, and so on. Coherence is also the outcome of this spiritual intertwining between blockchain and myself. That's not well put, but whatever. And there, what I want to do is just to bring what I call this is an oversimplistic way, but it's funny. It's a fun way to present it. I'm mixing hippie technology with blockchain technology.
Okay, what is hippie technology?
Hippie technology is self-awareness.
Right.
Hippie technology is empathy, is listening, is even having a new language for expanding the way of connecting with people. Is deep connection with people, is caring, is being present for ourselves and for each other. This is not a good, of course, marketing message for Web3 people. For there, what we are doing in Coherence is um, governance frameworks that embed organizational growth in their processes, including, of course, personal and interpersonal growth.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That's what we're doing in Coherence. So we are building a new culture, a new governance culture in Web3, which includes education. It's an educational. There's an educational vertical that we are starting as public goods. We're already having some funds from sponsors and Web3 platform for donations. And then we are also going to have a vertical for consulting and facilitation. It's a lot about facilitation, facilitating conversations, facilitating meetings, governance sessions. How do we structure? It's a lot about the structures in conversations, even if it's in a person to person or in a meeting with other people with a goal of taking decisions on a strategy, right?
Cool.
Also, how can we intertwine that with the governance capabilities that the Web3 technology as such give us? That for capital allocation protocols is Web3 is like thank you Web3.
Right, for sure.
But for taking strategic decisions, for designing a product, for partnering with A or with B, we can't take those decisions with voting.
Right, this voting is questionable, huh?
I mean, it's more than questionable. I mean, I'm coming from Venezuela. We put a guy that destroyed the country just because he was like very popular,
Right.
very charismatic,
Yeah.
and he managed to trick a lot of people.
Uh-huh.
So, boom. Yeah, democracy. We vote.
Right.
It's respect democracy. I mean, if democracy allows populism like it did in Venezuela and it is still doing in other organizations, fuck democracy.
Fair.
I mean, we are not understanding democracy as it is. Democracy is the government of people for the people, not the government of people to put something then in the middle, even if it's a protocol, voting protocol, or even if it's an Hugo Chavez or whoever, to then this say that I'm the representation of the people, right? It's a way to, I don't know, to validate the excuses of all the structure of command and control to perpetuate themselves. So I really want to change that.
Nice, I see. So with Coherence, you will create governance techniques and facilitation mechanisms that will help to build new
Yes.
type of democracy.
Yes, to be honest, yes. I mean, it's not that we are creating new things, we are just bringing to the surface many things and we are just aggregating it together in just one recipe,
Yeah, I see.
okay? And adapting the language to DAOs, to Web3 people, to
Cool.
these kind of organizations that at least in their ethos they want to be decentralized, autonomous, therefore inclusive, and
But look, it's a small world out there in the decentralized world, and also a smaller world of let's say, conscious decentralized world. Let's not separate it so much, but I think you understand what I mean, maybe even the regenerative crowd. How do you decide who to work with, who to not, and how to, let's say, make approach to the people that you think your services or your DAO would be helpful?
I mean, I think that the alignment is the first thing that is coming
Right.
to my mind. If I really feel aligned either with a person or with a project, that's the first check.
Got it.
Second check is coherence itself. Are these people coherent in what they say with what they do,
Right. Yes.
with how they behave?
Action and words. Yeah.
Coherence, seen in that way, is something that brings trust
Yeah.
for people, and then it's trust itself, which all what it matters. Like we start talking, then we agree to do something, even if to have here and having a meeting and so on, that agreement is met. Point for for trust. Okay, let's do what is the next step? Okay, that is my time to commit and do and boom. Then more trust because I'm doing something for you to trust me. So if the trust it goes in both ways, it's good. And the fourth one, I will say bandwidth and my own capabilities.
For sure.
Right? If I have the bandwidth, and if it's a line, I will align it. We already say, yeah, for me it's like, do it. And then there is money, but money, it depends. Like I have worked for money. I have PTSD traumas about just only working for money.
Right.
Because yeah, just putting money as a priority usually have ended in me betraying some of these previous checked, and that haven't ended well. So fortunately speaking, like at least for I don't know how many months, I don't know how the crypto markets will be. I have certain economic freedom to say yes, I want to work this project, or I don't want to work with this project, or even when I was consulting as either in governance, or I have also done some tokenomics design. My main work is on facilitating people to do the work themselves.
Beautiful, yeah.
And that facilitator that knows how to dig better in around a group of people, bring a lot of stuff to the table, and then help them to select this is this, this is this, this is this. Now we have this. What do we want to prioritize? Okay, let's go this, let's go this, and let's go that. I'm a digger.
A digger.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a digger. I like to decompose things and to then build new and innovative structures, systems,
Cool, makes sense.
products, whatever is needed.
What's your archetype?
Ooh. Right now, I'm describing a weaver archetype.
Right.
But I mean, my main, let's say, skill is on communication. Okay, and as a communications, as a skill, I can do whatever archetype around.
Okay, you can
I
merge,
can be the alchemist that is willing just to bring a lot of change, recognize where the conflicts are, what is that dark shit moving around, and how to transform that into something useful.
Yeah.
And but I also can be a guardian, a really protective guy. That when I see that my community or my people are not safe, I can also bring my
Step up.
security step up
Yeah.
and say, hey, no,
Cool.
no,
Yes.
no.
Nice, I like that. I resonate with that. Actually, when you showed these archetypes yesterday at that workshop you hosted, I wasn't sure who I am until I saw the Guardian. And I say all the time when I do this podcast, I'm doing this for our legal protection so that we know exactly who are the people that are taking on these particular roles at this time, and how over the period of, let's say, 4 years that I'm planning to have people come back 4 times, 2 to 4 years, how our visions have developed in a transparent manner. All these different projects have merged into new things, but hey, you're a person, you're still there. You know, your projects can come and go, but I wanted to make a space for people to, or a platform for people to share themselves outside of their constantly moving flow of different ideas and projects, and to see how we've developed an overall cohesive new life together. Considering the changes that are economical, relationship changes, and so on, they come and go. What stays is the core and that higher self that is shining through these meetings, I'm hoping. So yes, thank you for this. Thank you for showing me the archetype so I could, better see my role as a guardian at this time, and energy protector. What do you think is lacking right now in the conscious societies world, in this villages and this eco settlements? Um, what do you think these people are not seeing? What are their blind spots?
Ooh, I mean, these are hard questions because you make this question and my mind is traveling to very different
Okay.
communities and I can talk about different
Different
things.
aspects of
Yeah.
these. Yeah, yeah, I see. So there's a lot of different things, huh? Okay.
Uh, but if I have to be general, the first one is more networks,
Yeah.
connectivity, more alignment, more collaboration, but real collaboration because I have seen like many intentions. There are a lot of people with a lot of really beautiful intentions,
Right.
energy, power, right? But we lack of the proper coordination
Right. Good point. Yeah.
there. I mean, what is that thing that unifies us together? Is just the vibe of regeneration, but there are deeper needs.
Right.
I mean, we need cacao. Yeah, we need cacao.
But you think we need like an overall overarching governance system then to help us coordinate? A united voices, united communication system,
I don't know if that's
our
the
own
thing.
radio.
Of course, we need unity, but when we talk about unifying system, only one governance over us all, I'm quite skeptical
Okay.
because at least at the current state of technology or the culture, that may seem of too much centralization, even if it's logical. Maybe we realize some kind of decentralized governance for us all. But if we do so, we need to focus that on gather resources. Because the most we aggregate our resources, the most we can empower a specific initiative, grow then the networks when we build the success cases around. But somehow there's still some fear in mixing money with big initiatives in regeneration. I really think we need to overcome that fear, to face that fear, and and to deal with it. And I'm not saying avoiding that. It's just about, hey, let's bring consciousness about our lack of capability of bringing our shit together and doing a big, huge movement, call it a DAO. I mean, Web3 is looking doing DAOs and meme coins like boom.
Exactly. Always producing.
So why a Shiba Inu things or a cat meme coin is gathering millions, some cases even billions of dollars in market capitalizations or common treasury? Well, there is no one region movement that is able to do so. Like Refi DAO, Monty, I love you. And John, I love you, but why is that not the DAO? Why there haven't been like, let's make the meme out of that, let's gather a lot of resources together, let's build our coordination systems, and let's distribute this in the best way as possible. I mean, we have the real purpose. We have the real purpose. Again, the real purpose is with us.
We're putting the money back into the land, huh? Yeah, and still somehow.
Put the money back into the land. Why we're not getting a lot of money together to buy a lot of land?
Right, exactly.
To regenerate a lot of land.
And support a lot of communities that do not want to work for the traditional world, but they want to produce. They want to live life, right,
Yes.
and to be of service.
So see what OASA is doing with
Yeah.
traditional dream factory. Not that you mentioned the word traditional. That was a very good experiment to buy a small piece of land, and they are actually empowering or bringing the tools, better say, to other people to do the same. What we are actually are missing is the video stopped. This video will, yeah, I think the
I'll confirm.
camera. Oh, I didn't know that camera.
We're still good.
We're
35
still
minutes.
good here. Nice.
So OASA, what did it do right, and is it still doing?
I mean,
is it still active?
OASA is active, yes. OASA is the legal entity behind the Traditional Drink Factory,
Right.
which is a community here in Portugal that they are funding themselves through selling this token, that at the same time giving utility tokens to the holders in order that they can have access and enjoy the hospitality service that
Yes.
they are there.
And the community and.
Okay, but still, this is a one segregated effort on a one specific land. I would
Right.
like to see an aggregator of community investors, funders, philanthropists, family offices that are actually putting this money in one vault. We build the governance systems around, hey, let's buy lands here, let's regenerate these lands here, let's check how the regeneration purposes are actually respecting, because it's about giving sovereignty back to the land. We are not owning on the lands, but we need to become better stewards. We need to
Yes.
become stewards and then better stewards, of course.
So you're planning to be operating here in Europe, correct? For now, or you're not seeing yourself as like European centric currently?
I mean, I'm a Latino guy. I love tropics. I love papaya and mango and guanabana. Oh, give me a guanabana.
Do these
I
people
don't
there
find
do better
guanabana
than in
here.
Europe?
Huh?
Do the people there in these networks and these conscious land projects, do they do better there than here, knowing the closeness to America and the capitalistic drive?
I mean, I can talk, in my experience, I only can talk for when I went to Costa Rica.
Got it. The good
Uh,
things about the projects there.
this year, and there were amazing projects with amazing stewardship models that I haven't seen
Interesting.
in any other place. The 8 stages of stewardship of Diamantelus is something like mwah.
Interesting.
If people are interested in there, maybe they can find me and I can send the link somehow.
Yeah.
And there they are having communities, land stewards that are also collaborating with other land stewards around and building already some economic system between them. There are a lot of crypto people there, but at the same time they are grounded that much that they are not using crypto technology because they
Good.
just first want to see the
Establish it
model
on the
operating.
ground,
It's
yeah.
of course in the roadmap, right?
Awesome.
It's but they are taking it easy with no that rush.
Quick steps just to have a blockchain database, let's say, of smart contracts. Okay, awesome, good. Okay, let's start wrapping it up. Gustavo, you're the first person I've interviewed in person in this like long-term, way, without like hiding anything, let's say, or without like cutting things. Full radical transparency, which is still my greatest value. You're brave. What makes one a brave person?
Whoa. Ooh. I'm dying.
Yeah.
Facing death. I'm talking about ego death. I'm talking about living disappointments in life. I'm talking about feeling and allowing ourselves to feel whatever is present and knowing that everything is gonna be okay. This is just a feeling that is bringing us some learnings, that is reconnecting to ourselves, that is making us feel more alive.
Yeah.
And when we have many of these disappointments and disillusions, when we feel lost with no hope, but somehow we manage to reconnect ourselves and to stand up and just to continue walking and so on. Experience gave us that bravery.
Go on, go on. It's true, to go on. Okay, Gustavo, last question. We're currently time traveling into 2035, 10 years ahead. So, Futurecast, what has been accomplished by you and your DAO and your tribe of tribes? What are you proud of? What do you look back and say, hey, we've been able to do great things? What are those great things?
What I'm proud of, I'm just proud of myself. I'm just proud of don't follow instructions coming from social constructs.
Yeah.
Just following my heart, just following my whole body, mind, heart, spirit connections. And I don't know if it's in 10 years or in 100 years or 500 years from now in another life. I really want to see freedom. I really want to see a society that trusts each other, living together, allowing ourselves to exploit many bubbles, and just having everything that we need at the reach of our hand. Everything. That's I want simple life.
Simple life, huh?
Simple life.
Yeah. Good.
Family, community, belonging, parties, a lot of parties.
Parties.
A lot of dancing.
Yes. Amen.
Yeah, in 10 years I want to be dancing.
Good, me too. Thank you, Gustavo. That's it.
Thank you, Natalia.
You're doing great things. Great things. Cut!